Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we were talking about something super practical, how to invest your very first $100. If you've ever thought, I want to start investing but I don't know where to begin, this video is for you. A lot of people feel intimidated by investing, thinking they need thousands of dollars to even get started. But that's just not true. Your first $100 is a powerful tool, not just for potential growth, but for learning the ropes and building confidence. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 simple, actionable steps to make that first $100 work smarter for you and kickstart your investing journey. We'll cover everything from mindset to strategy, making it easy to follow along. Let's get into it. First things first, step 1 is to define the goal for this $100. Before you invest a single dollar, just pause and ask yourself, what's this money for? What do I want to achieve with it? Is it for long-term growth, maybe for retirement in a few decades? Is it a medium-term goal, like a down payment on a car in 5 years? Or is your primary goal just to learn how investing works and get your feet wet? Maybe you just want to test out a new investing app you've heard about. Knowing your why is crucial because your goal determines the best approach. If it's for the long term, you can probably take on a bit more risk. If it's for learning, the return isn't as important as the experience itself, so start with clarity. Write it down if you have to. Step 2, and this is really important, is to build a tiny safety buffer. I know we're only talking about $100, but the principle is the same no matter the amount. You don't want to invest money that you might need next week for groceries or an unexpected bill. Investing is for money you can afford to set aside. So before you transfer that $100 into an investment account, make sure your immediate needs are covered. This mini emergency cushion gives you peace of mind and prevents you from having to sell your investment at a bad time just because you need the cash. Make sure you're not relying on this $100 for any immediate expenses. All right, step 3 is choosing a low-fee investment platform. This is a huge one, especially when you're starting with a small amount like $100. Fees are like investment termites. They can eat away at your returns over time, and their impact is much bigger on smaller balances. A $2 monthly fee might not sound like much, but on a $100 investment, that's a 2% loss right off the bat, every single month. Look for platforms that offer zero or very low account fees, zero commission trades, and no minimum balance requirements. Many modern brokerage apps are designed for beginners and fit this description perfectly. Also, look for platforms that offer fractional shares, which we'll talk about more in a bit. The key here is to keep your costs as low as possible so more of your money is actually working for you. Next up, step 4 is to decide on your risk level. This requires some honest self-reflection. Your risk tolerance is essentially how comfortable you are with the value of your investment going up and down. Are you the kind of person who would lose sleep if your $100 investment dropped to $90 overnight? Or do you have a stronger stomach and see dips as a normal part of the process? Generally, higher risk can bring higher potential returns, but it also comes with bigger emotional swings and a greater chance of losing money. Lower risk investments are more stable, but typically offer slower growth. Since this is your first $100, a common approach is to take a moderate stance, but ultimately, you need to choose a level you were comfortable with so you don't panic and make emotional decisions later. Now for the fun part, step 5. Pick a simple, diversified option. For your first $100, you really don't need to get complicated. You don't have to become a stock-picking genius overnight. In fact, one of the best ways to start is with a broad index fund or an ETF, which is an exchange-traded fund. Think of these as baskets of stocks. For example, an S&P 500 index fund gives you a tiny piece of the 500 largest companies in the U.S. with just one purchase. You could also choose a total U.S. stock market fund or even a global index fund. This approach gives you instant diversification, meaning you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. It spreads your risk across hundreds or even thousands of companies, which is a much safer strategy than trying to pick one or two individual winning stocks. This brings me to step 6, which is a bit of a counterintuitive point. Don't over-diversify. I know I just said diversification is good, and it is. But with a small amount like $100, spreading it across 10 different funds or stocks makes each position tiny and pretty inefficient. If you put $10 into 10 different things, tracking them becomes a chore, and the growth on each tiny position will be minuscule. It's much more effective to choose one or maybe two at most, well-diversified funds. For example, putting the full $100 into a total stock market index fund is a fantastic, simple, and highly diversified strategy all on its own. The motto here is, keep it simple. Step 7 is to use fractional investing. This is a game changer for new investors. Many popular investing platforms offer what are called fractional shares. Let's say you want to invest in an ETF that costs $300 per share. In the old days, you'd be out of luck with only $100. But with fractional shares, you can buy a piece of that share. You can tell your app, I want to invest $100 in this ETF, and it will buy you 1/3 of a share. This is amazing because it lets you invest in high-quality, diversified funds right from the start, regardless of their share price. It also ensures that your full $100 gets put to work, instead of having some cash left over sitting idle in your account. If your chosen platform offers fractional shares, make sure you use them. Step 8 is to remember this is a learning experience. Let's be real. Your first $100 isn't going to make you rich overnight. That's not the point. The real value here is educational. It's about understanding the process of investing. Once your money is invested, check in on it occasionally, maybe once a week or once a month. See how the value moves. Pay close attention to how you feel when the market rises and you're up a few dollars, and more importantly, how you feel when the market dips and you're down a few dollars. This emotional awareness is a huge part of becoming a successful long-term investor. Learning to handle those swings with a small amount of money is invaluable practice for when you're investing larger sums down the road. Step 9 is to plan your next contributions. Investing is most powerful when it becomes a habit, not just a one-off action. That first $100 is your starting line, not the finish line. The real magic happens through something called dollar cost averaging, which is just a fancy term for investing a fixed amount of money on a regular schedule. Think about how you can build on this start. Can you set up an automatic transfer to add another $10 or $20 a month? Even small, consistent contributions can turn that initial $100 into something truly meaningful over time, thanks to the power of compounding. Small steps, taken consistently, add up to big results. Finally, step 10 is to review after a few months, but without panic selling. It's tempting to check your investment every day, but that often does more harm than good. Give your investment at least a few months or even a year before making any major changes. Markets naturally go up and down. That's just what they do. The goal here is to observe, learn, and refine your strategy for the long term, not to react emotionally to every short-term fluctuation. Panicking and selling when the market is down is one of the biggest mistakes new investors make. Remember your goal from step 1 and stay the course. So that's it. 10 simple steps for investing your first $100. It's all about starting with a clear goal, keeping costs low, staying simple, and treating it as a learning journey. The most important step is just getting started. If this video helped you feel more confident about making your first investment, do me a favor and hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe for more beginner-friendly money tips, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Drop a comment below telling me what you would invest your first $100 into. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.